Here's how I built my first ever web game in 20 hours worth of work in a week with vibe coding. I used AI coding tools like Lovable and Cursor to create a fully functional music game in just 20 hours. I'm Megan Ruthven, a software engineer, but I've never done front-end or game development work. When I heard about AI agents that would turn your natural language commands into a functional website, I thought it'd be a good time to try out a type of coding project I've never tried before, creating a web game. I'm excited to take you behind the scenes of my latest project, Pastel Dream Ride, a game that lets you jam to your uploaded music as you run an endless runner game in the mountains. This isn't just a game development story, it's also a look at the power and the pitfalls of using AI to bring your ideas to life, even when you're not a seasoned front-end coder just like me. Before we dive into the development process, let me show you what the final game actually looks like. This is a classic endless runner game in the mountainsides, but synced with your favorite music that you uploaded. The clouds in the mountains jump along to the beat while you hit the good clouds for points and avoid the bad clouds that will take away a life in a ball of fire. It's designed to be a new way to experience and engage with your music. You can also track your scores once you sign in and compete with friends on the leaderboard. Pastel Dream Ride combines the thrill of an endless runner game with the personal touch of your own music, creating a unique and engaging experience. Now let's rewind and walk through the initial steps in building this game and the challenges I faced along the way. I started the whole development process by working with Gemini in the normal chat to create a PRDR requirements document which communicated the project requirements to the AI agents. I described what I wanted the game to do, and I worked with Gemini to create a full set of features that it needs to have. This project highlighted a key aspect of working with these tools, the need for detailed documentation. You have to be explicit because while AI agents can do a lot, they cannot read minds. The initial output from Lovable, after about 5 messages with the PRD in hand, was a functional game with decent aesthetics, as you see here, but it clearly had room for improvement. This early version showed promise and motivated me to continue, as AI agents made it easy to reach the next milestone, fueling the drive to bring my ideas to life. And that's exactly what I did here. I continued to use Lovable and vibe code my way to a better game. I was less concerned with the nitty-gritty syntax in the code and more focused on the overall vision and the functionality of the game. Tools like Lovable and Cursor are designed to facilitate this. However, I ran into problems with Lovable where it would get stuck in these weird error loops and it couldn't fix its own error. It just wasted messages. So in these times, I switched to Cursor, which is a more traditional code editor with a powerful AI agent. And in my experiments, it was better at fixing errors than Lovable. So when Lovable failed, I transitioned seamlessly to Cursor because Lovable automatically syncs to GitHub with every change when you connect your GitHub account, and Cursor, of course, also integrates with GitHub as well. This allowed me to edit one and then push the changes to GitHub repository to continue on working in the other. I initially wanted to create the whole project only with the agents, but it quickly got it out of hand. It went from a relatively workable game to the one you see before you. As you can see, it was interesting. I had to roll back like 15 changes to get to a version that was workable and go and progress from there. It was hard to see that all of that would go to waste, but I was able to recover quickly because I have these AI tools that would help me. The big lesson here is that AI is a powerful tool, but it can't just run autonomously, at least the way I was using it and with the current models. Let me know your tips for a totally autonomous AI coding agent in the comments if you have any. I can't just blindly trust it to do everything right now. Sometimes I have to get into the code and fix the problems myself. On the plus side, that means that I'm finally learning TypeScript, at least parts of it. I never would have without the AI agents because I wouldn't have started this project in the first place because it would have been too much work to learn enough to make a functional game. For example, one of the things I had to learn and change by hand was the 3D elements like the motorcycle. Here is a before of the motorcycle and an after of the transform motorcycle. You can see that the after looks a lot more like a motorcycle than before. Just look at the wheels. They were sideways before, and now they're normal. So that's when I realized I could actually do this. For pieces of code like this, it was easier to do myself. I continued to tackle bugs and features on my own where I thought I could do it better or be more exact than the AI agent. I coded the rest of the game out with the help of Lovable and Cursor to get things like the background with the mountains, have the clouds and mountains bounce to the music, ensure that the roadways look good and had enough clouds to make the game difficult, add in multiple colors to use, get the authentication and leaderboards together, etc. I was able to do all of that in a week. It's mind-blowing. This shows the delicate balance between relying on AI tools and the necessity of hands-on coding, which highlights the importance of a developer oversight and continuous learning. Additionally, it's important to use version control like GitHub to sync your changes every time your project improves. This way you can roll back to that checkpoint if anything goes wrong later. Right now, 100% vibe coding is not attainable for me. I have to learn the code. The nice thing is that it's easier than ever to code by doing now. With all that said, let's talk about the development time, my reflection on the process, and some important considerations about using AI tools. Despite all the setbacks and learning curves, the entire project from the first very basic MVP to the fully functional game took about 20 hours of actual work spread over a week. That is what's truly mind-blowing to me. I went from zero game development experience to having a playable game with user accounts and leaderboards in a single week. It's hard to overstate how exciting this whole experience has been. It's very motivating to see your ideas come to life so quickly. I have about 4 more website ideas that I want to implement with the AI agents because of my experience with this game. Inspiration keeps on coming to me, and I have the confidence that I can make it happen with the tools I have because I learned a lot along the way and set up my development infrastructure to handle it. For the next project, I bet I won't have as many setbacks, and I will continue to make my dev setup even better. I also have a laundry list of AI tools I want to try. For example, I did this project before I found out about NCPs or built out cursor rules to be robust. These are something I want to experiment with later. If you want to see how these experiments unfold as I get more familiar with the AI agents and associated tools, then subscribe to keep up with my new videos. Now, I know there are concerns about AI coding tools, things like security vulnerabilities, the potential for AI to generate code that is hard to understand, maintain, and therefore productionize. While these are valid points, I believe many of these issues can be addressed with better tooling and more advanced AI models. These are rapidly evolving areas, so I'm optimistic that solutions are coming. Folks also raise concerns that developers' skills will atrophy with AI. AI tools can augment our abilities. By taking conscious steps to learn from the AI, we can actually expand our capabilities as I did in this small project. Ultimately, I found the speed at which I could go from a simple idea to what I have now to be the most valuable part of using AI in this way. The ability to quickly bring your creative visions to life and get them out is incredibly powerful. The software development landscape is evolving rapidly, with discussions focusing on how AI tools will integrate into profitable business structures and so on. And while leaders are having these discussions, I'm choosing to have fun, learning to use these tools and observing their natural progression. This era presents a unique opportunity for hands-on exploration as the user interaction and definitive workings of these models and AI agents are largely uncharted. It's a time for collective and individual discovery. So just like I'm doing, I encourage you to experiment with AI and explore its potential because you can just do things and everything got easier to do now that AI is here. Let me know what you are working on in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and like and comment for the algorithm. If you want to see more of my AI adventures, then subscribe to follow along. If you want to play the game, then the link is in the description. Thank you for being with me during this video. Here is some gameplay as an outro.